McIntyre.
And let me tell you,
It's typical celebrities. It's all about them.
and Fletch knows so many celebrities. His phone is busy with celebrities.
Listen, let's get ready for kick-off. Nottingham Forest against Tottenham. Craig Pawson blows the whistle, and off we go. Nottingham Forest kicking off for the second time here at the City Ground in the Premier League this season. I'll run you through the teams in a moment or two. Forest, red shirts, white shorts, red socks. They've won a free kick out on the left-hand side. Foul on Lingard. So a free kick in a good position. Forest with Henderson in goal, Worrell, Cook and McKenna, Williams, Yates, O'Brien and Toffolo, Lingard, Gibbs-White and Brennan Johnson. That's the all-British starting lineup. Tottenham with Lloris in goal, Sanchez, Dyer and Davis, Emerson Royal, Højbjerg, Bentancur and Perisic, Kulusevski, Son and Kane. Those are the two teams out there. And Forest with the free kick on the left, Clinton.
Yeah, dangerous position. I think Morgan Gibbs-White is standing over it.
Yes, this is his first start for Nottingham Forest. Gibbs-White swings it in. Lloris comes and punches it away. Thought he was going to catch it, but there were players arriving, so he did punch it away. Morgan Gibbs-White, the club record signing. That's played in dangerously by Lingard. Good delivery, just a little bit too much on it. And Lloris was able to come forward and gather it with all of those players advancing towards him just outside the 6-yard box.
It's a great ball. I think if you've got a natural number 9 in there, they could get on the end of that. But they started well, Forest. And you're right, I don't like that, John. Too many goalies come for the ball when they can catch it and they always want to punch it.
Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham 0. Our latest Premier League commentary on 5 Live, BBC Sounds and the World Service as well. The hundreds and hundreds of millions of listeners to the World Service with us here on a sun-kissed afternoon by the banks of the River Trent. And the ball back with the Nottingham Forest goalkeeper Henderson. There's it, chest away by Gibbs-White on the halfway line. And now the ball being carried forward over on the left-hand side. Toffolo turns and gives it infield. And then O'Brien across to the right-hand side. Yes, this Forest side now attacking down the right-hand side. And there's a significant shove in the back of Johnson, but goes down, no free kick. Played on by Worrell into the penalty area, took a deflection through to Lloris.
How can a lino be 2 yards away and not see that's a foul by Perisic on Brennan Johnson?
Well, he didn't, Clinton.
I know, John.
Forest 0, Tottenham 0. And Nottingham Forest on the defensive now with Tottenham in possession. Tottenham, they've made an unbeaten start to the season under Antonio Conte, the first full season under Antonio Conte, remember, the first time they've started a season with the multiple league title winning manager in charge. But that's good work by Gibbs-White. Gibbs-White taking it on and away from Tottenham into the D, gives it to his left to Lingard, but it just got away from Lingard at the crucial moment, back towards the corner of the penalty area where Toffolo has joined in. Now Lewis O'Brien as well, the former Huddersfield man, like Toffolo. Out to the left-hand side it goes for Forest. Low ball in, actually takes a deflection off the top of O'Brien. Spurs haven't cleared. And now Gibbs-White's going to try a shot from 22, 23 yards, but got underneath it, rather snatched at it. And it was over the top by 2 or 3 yards, Clinton Morrison.
Yeah, good start from Forest. In particular, Gibbs-White, he's full of confidence, John. And you know what? They're interchanging that front three. You thought Brennan Johnson would play through the middle. Sometimes it's Gibbs-White, Jesse Lingard. So he's playing like with a false number 9. They will cause Tottenham's back three a lot of problems.
Yes, another team playing without an out-and-out striker. And here is Harry Kane, who's in a position of a midfielder. Harry Kane, 15 yards inside his own half, and cheers because the England captain's pass was nowhere near Son. I'm sure that understanding will improve throughout the game. Son yet to get off the mark this season. Harry Kane with a couple of goals in his last 2 matches. He does tend to go on scoring streaks, doesn't he, Harry Kane, after finishing the last 8 seasons as Tottenham's top scorer in all competitions. Long ball forward now for Forest to the halfway line. That's for Gibbs-White to chase, and it's turned out of play for a throw into Forest down the left-hand side. Big season, big move for Morgan Gibbs-White. Clinton, what do you think?
Huge move, to be fair. Listen, the money I think Forest have paid is a lot of money. He doesn't set the price, so there's going to be big pressure on his shoulders, but he's a confident young man, and I think when you've got a manager... Oh yeah, he's offside. Johnson. When you've got a manager that backs you like Steve Cooper does with Morgan Gibbs-White, it gives you full of confidence. So I like him. He's a talented individual.
Yeah, it's his first start. It's his home debut as well. Came on as a substitute against Everton last weekend. And the deal, it must be a complicated deal. Lots of clauses and such like. Starts at 25 million, could go up to 42 million or so. Here's Hotspur. Hotspur playing it forward. It's a firm challenge on Kane, but he's okay, he's back up on his feet. Kulusevski now into the match for the first time, turns it to his right to Kane, edge of the area, low shot from Kane, has found the bottom corner, and Spurs score on the counter-attack. Dean Henderson seemed to be wrong-footed. Whether it took a little deflection, it might well have done. It nestled in the bottom corner, and Harry Kane makes it 3 goals in 3 matches, and Tottenham lead early here against Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, and that's what Harry Kane does, to be fair. But to be fair, John, you have to watch that again because he doesn't hit that cleanly. I know McKenna's probably standing in front and does it distract Dean Henderson, because you're right, he doesn't even dive and it trickles into the bottom corner. But that's what can happen. You start well, you give Harry Kane half a chance, and that was half a chance. Fantastic finish, but watching it back again, good play from Kulusevski, John. He picks it up and picks Harry Kane up, and you can see just McKenna's in his eye line. Yeah, it's a bubble finish. I think McKenna's in Henderson's eye line, but still I think Henderson's got to do better.
And Darren Fletcher here has just said to me that Cook might have a problem. And we're just seeing a replay now. Whether I'm not sure it did take a deflection.
No, it didn't. You know what? McKenna's in Henderson's eye line, and he bobbles it in,
just
and
scuffed
it into the corner. Yeah,
not a classic. Not one of Harry Kane's best, and yet Steve Cook really struggling. He's signalled, hasn't he, to Steve Cooper. He's the middleman of the 3 central defenders. So this can happen in the Premier League, can't it? Things go bad and wrong very quickly.
And the other centre back who they did bring in, he's been a regular. He's been playing there, and obviously he's injured. So that's why they want to strengthen in that defensive area, because they don't have enough cover.
Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham 1. That's dampened things for the home supporters, hasn't it? Although they're just raising themselves to our right in the Bridgeford stand, around into the Peter Taylor stand. That's where we are, just towards the back of the stand. I noticed one of the Tottenham fans has set off a smoke bomb in there, blue smoke billowing out from down near the corner flag on the far side. So Tottenham getting that early lead. And Antonio Conte, you might just be able to hear there clapping his hands down on the side of the pitch. Just exactly what you want in Tottenham's position on an occasion like this.
Yeah, you want to silence the crowd. That's what he'd be saying, because they started ever so well, Forest did. But as I say, when you're on top in a game like this, you've got to score. But he didn't create many chances, but that's the best response that Tottenham have done. And Harry Kane put the ball in the back of the net. Yeah,
that'll be another assist for Kulusevski, won't it, as well?
Yep.
Stacks them up, doesn't he?
Does. He's been good. He's probably been the best out of the front 3 so far this season. He hasn't. I know Kane gets all the plaudits with his goals and Son hasn't scored yet, but Kulusevski stepped up to the mark because there was pressure on him when Richarlison came in. Everyone thought he was going to miss out. He's been excellent so far.
Yeah, Richarlison on the bench again for Tottenham. No Lucas Moura and no Brian Hill, who both picked up injuries this week. On the injury front, Steve Cook is carrying on. And whether he's been able to...
Yeah, because no one's out warming up, are they, John?
No, they're not.
No.
Ball played from the back, from the right-hand side by Nico Williams. Another of the summer arrivals. They're all over the place. At Nottingham Forest, you can't move for them. Here's Williams. Williams now on the right-hand side, knocks the ball in field after winning the initial challenge, finds Yates, and now through towards Gibbs-White. Gibbs-White to Johnson on the right side of the penalty area. A low ball across to the back post. There's no one there.
This is where I'm saying where you don't have the number 9, but then Jesse Lingard has to get into the box. Gibbs-White played the ball to Brennan Johnson. He can't get up. Jesse Lingard has to make the 6-yard box because you don't have a number 9, John. That is where he needs to get into the box and get a tap-in. It's a tap-in.
Well, those were the sort of goals last season Lewis Graban would have been on the end of
definitely.
In the Championship.
100%.
But he's gone.
Even Sam Surridge, who is on the bench, he likes to get into them 6-yard box.
Lewis Graban is away now. He's in the Middle East, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he lives over there as well now.
Well, you would do. Free kick. It's a free kick to Forest.
No, but what I meant is he lived there last year.
Right, I'm with you.
All right.
Free kick to Forest. Oh, and that's wasted. That's badly mishit from near the corner flag. Played in by Lingard from the right-hand side. I think he did a Harry Kane there and scuffed it altogether. And Tottenham are now all over Forest as they pour forward. Cross from the right-hand side. It's gone through everyone on the edge of the box. I'm not sure how no one got a touch to that. It was left by 2 or 3. And now, eventually, here's Perisic, the experienced Croatian World Cup player. He's done and seen it all, hasn't he? The 33-year-old, league titles, Champions League, World Cup final. Really good signing. Sessegnon on the bench again. Ryan Sessegnon had the start of the season. I thought it might be Sessegnon today and not Perisic.
Yeah,
but
I think
stuck with Perisic.
he can rotate those two, but I think you bring in someone like Perisic, he wants to play and he's experienced, to be fair. But Sessegnon's done well so far this season as well.
Forest playing it forward. O'Brien, but that was blocked. Then it's forward from Toffolo, and then through the middle, little touch. That's nice interplay for Forest. Johnson gets it back and shoots low as the challenge comes in from Ben Davis on him, right on the edge of the area. Forest are saying that took the final touch off Ben Davis, and referee Pawson says yes it did. Corner, yeah. Forest.
He started well, Brendan Johnson. He looks lively. Davis knows he's going to be in a battle. Welsh teammates as well, but good play. But you just want more bodies into the box. Even O'Brien can get into the box as well, because you've got 5 at the back.
So out there goes Morgan Gibbs-White, the 22-year-old. He is now one of Steve Cooper's under-17 World Cup winners, so he knows exactly what he's getting with Gibbs-White. Raises both arms, and Gibbs-White corner is a very high one, which is overhit and bounces all the way into the opposing full-back area and out of play for a throw-in to Tottenham.
Steve Cooper's face summed it up just then, the way he walked away. Those 2 corners have been terrible, to be fair, and something they work on, because I've seen it in the training ground, but it hasn't worked with them 2 deliveries with Morgan Gibbs-White.
No, and had the free kick out there as well. It was mishit by Lingard. It's got to be better than that in the big league. Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham 1. Harry Kane scoring the early goal. 5 Live and the World Service from the BBC. Here's Johnson again. Now he is a danger. Gibbs-White through to Johnson again, but that's shepherded back to the goalkeeper by Hotspur, who is inside his own penalty area, and he turns and he tries to lift the rest of his teammates after, they are causing problems around the edge of the area. Johnson does look sharp.
Yeah, he does. He looks really sharp off the back of his goal last week against Everton. He is sharp anyway, and I just wanted to see more of him this season, because I knew he was good going forward, but his work rate this season so far has been excellent. But he does look a threat to Tottenham at the moment.
That's Clinton Morrison with us here on 5 Live for this 4:30 kickoff in the Premier League. Clinton, Premier League goal scorer, Republic of Ireland international. You and I together at a match for the first time this season.
Yeah, why have you left it so long?
Well,
that's your fault.
I know, we've just kept missing each other.
Yeah, I know.
Here's Joe. I've been missing you terribly.
Yeah, I have as well.
Joe Worrell plays it to the right-hand side to Nico Williams, who goes back to Worrell. And then here is Cook again. Steve Cook, 31 years old. And it seems okay. Turns the ball back to goalkeeper Henderson. Clean sheet here in the first match he played in the Premier League for Forest, but already beaten today by that scuff, that bobbling shot from the England captain Harry Kane. Here's Hotspur in the centre circle. Hotspur through to Kane. What a pass that was! Kane's in! Oh, what an excellent tackle from the Forest captain Joe Worrell, who just as Kane was looking to bury that, Worrell slid in and took it away from him.
Oh, it's fantastic tackle, to be fair. His recovery run's fantastic, Worrell, because it was great movement from Harry Kane. It was brilliant pass from Hotspur, and it's brilliant. It's a magnificent tackle from Worrell there.
Harry Kane was licking his lips there.
Oh, he was, definitely, because he's thinking he's going to get across him, but he had to time it as well. He had to time it right there, and it was a great tackle from Worrell.
Yeah, plenty of time. Harry Kane running through for that one. He's already got his 3rd goal of the season. He was running through and he was thinking, Liverpool scored all those goals yesterday. Salah didn't score any of them. I'm now going to get a second one. But no, Joe Worrell.
He's thinking Haaland scored a hat-trick tomorrow. Yesterday. Yes. I won a hat-trick today.
Yeah, well, good luck catching him. Long ball downfield, and Davis heads it back to goalkeeper Lloris. So Tottenham leading 1-0. Aston Villa 0, West Ham 1, and Wolves 1, Newcastle 1 were the final scores in our earlier Premier League matches. And mentioned Liverpool winning 9-0. Celtic won 9-0 today. Anything you can do, we can do better.
They were good. I watched a bit of that today, John. Wow.
2 hat-tricks.
Oh, brilliant.
Furuhashi and Abada. 5 wins out of 5 for Celtic at the start of the season. And Tottenham allowing Forest to have possession of the ball inside their own half. The ball played out towards the left-hand side for Forest. Scott McKenna's out there. He's the Scotsman in this all-British starting lineup. And now centrally with Johnson. Johnson out towards the left-hand side. Played infield towards O'Brien by Toffolo, and then turned to the right-hand side. Nico Williams is here. Williams approaches the penalty area. Spurs have 2 men on him. Yates now on his left foot shoots, but that was closed down at source by Bentancur, and Tottenham are able to play it up to Kulusevski, who dances out towards the far side, forced out there by Lewis O'Brien, and then Kane back down the right hand side to Kulusevski. Kulusevski challenged, O'Brien's gone with him all the way, and he has to go back into his own half. And now Tottenham switch it to the left-hand side. Antonio Conte urging them on. He's almost on the pitch, and it's Ben Davies who's carrying it forward. That's what Conte told him to do. Gives it to the left-hand side to Perisic. Perisic now to the byline, left-footed cross to the back post, and that is stretched and headed away by McKenna. Comes back again to the edge of the Forest penalty area. Hook goalwards by Davies. Son with a chance, just over the angle of post and bar. I thought that was net bound, but inches over the top.
Yeah, he thought as it falls to him, and he knew what he wanted to do, Son. He wanted to whip it into that far corner, but Forest was struggling to clear it at the back. And it started where Brennan Johnson switched off and let Ben Davies go ahead of him, and Steve Cooper was going mad. He doesn't want them to be able to switch it like that.
1-0 to Tottenham. Actually, it now could be 3-0 if they had been clinical.
Definitely.
In the other match in the Premiership in Scotland, by the way, less than 15 minutes to play. Hearts 2, St Johnstone 2. 1-0 to Tottenham. 6:06 to follow after we're finished here at the City Ground. Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton will be in their seats again. I'll tell you in the second half when the lines are open. But you'll be able to talk about it on 6:06. You'll be able to read all about the day's action on the BBC Sport website and app. Watch the highlights on Match of the Day 2 tonight. Ashley Williams, we've already heard from him this afternoon. Michael Richards is on as well. And then listen to the 5 Live Football Daily in the morning, of course, as the ball is played through by Sanchez to Kane, but McKenna, shoulder to shoulder, those two, just a little bit too much on it, and it was through to Henderson, who's out of the penalty area. Forest having to go back into their own half. Lots and lots of movement with the front 3 for Forest. Johnson currently on the right, Lingard in the middle, Gibbs White towards the left, but it is very fluid. It's
very fluent. I just wonder when crosses are coming in, who's going to be in there to score in that 6-yard box, but it is fluent. The only thing I worry about with Forest is Harry Kane is playing on Cook, and the balls that keep going over the top of them, they keep getting in, because Cook's good in front, anything in behind, that's where he struggles.
Well, you did say before the game, Clinton, I think literally the last thing you said before kickoff, that that could be an issue for Forest.
Yep.
And here they are now, centre field, balls picked up centrally and taken towards the edge of the area where Lingard hits the shot. That's blocked on the edge of the penalty area, cross from the left hand side. Sanchez on the stretch, comes out to Yates, chests it down and shoots, but that's blocked by Højbjerg, threw himself in front of it and blocked the course of the shot. And now Spurs break away. It's 3 against 3 almost. Son through the middle, Son to his left to Kane, Kane into the penalty area, curls it wide of the far post. Didn't get anywhere near enough the bend that he wanted on that, Harry Kane, but there's another chance for Spurs.
That's what you have to be careful with. If you put too many players forward, they will break on you, and Son is brilliant when he breaks like that off the back of Yates after good defending from Højbjerg the other end. And you know what Harry Kane's trying to do, John? Half a yard, just trying to whip it on Worrell, but Worrell stood up big enough, and it's going to have to be some shot to beat Henderson, even though he did beat him on with an easier one earlier.
Yeah, his England teammate, his England squad mate. Again, Harry Kane, in that sort of position, we've seen him bury those. So Kane's already scored one with a miss-hit shot, actually. Probably the poorest hit effort of all of the attempts they've had. Kane also going through, that was intercepted by Worrell, his tackle, and then Son and Kane with those further chances. I suppose the good news for Forest is that it is still 1-0. That's all. Forest coming forward, but this is quite static. Spurs behind the ball. We can see sitting here at the back of the stand, how well marshalled they are by Antonio Conte. I mean, it's there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is
blatantly
there.
And patently obvious.
And that can't happen. You've won the ball. You've got 3 centre halves and only Harry Kane to deal with, and no one's gone and engaged with Harry Kane. You have to go and engage when you've got 3 against 1 at the back.
Tottenham with the ball at the back. Here's Eric Dyer. I think he'll be back in the England squad, Clinton.
He's got a good chance of making the World Cup squad. Obviously, there's a lot of centre-halves now that are not in good form and are not playing at their club.
Yes, there's a lot of players all over who are not in great form.
Exactly.
Here's Johnson. Spurs have given it away at the back. And now Johnson into the area, then flicks it to his right to Lingard, who's inside the penalty area. He turns it back to Williams, whose cross hits the back of Perisic and bounces well wide of the near post. for a corner to Forest from the right.
Them front three are causing problems, John. They'll cause a lot of problems this season, that front three, because the interchange is magnificent, and obviously centre halves don't know where to go mark, but it was good play there from Lingard, and yeah, good defending in the end.
Yes, it was. Spurs take up their positions inside the penalty area. This zonal marking. Forest have a line of 6 players in red shirts on the edge of the Tottenham penalty area, and this corner is to be taken from the right by Gibbs-White. Raises his left arm, and then the deep out swinger to the back post. Cook is after it, got his head to it, but Davinson Sanchez just lifted it actually out of our view above the top of the stand that comes down, and then a low shot from O'Brien is saved by Lloris to his left. He hit that from 25, maybe 30 yards out. Still Forest. Williams gets his head down into the area on the right hand side, chips it across to the back post, and it's headed back so coolly.
There's one player in that team who could do that. Who's won a lot of things, and that was Perisic. He's brilliant defending, to be fair, but good play again from Forest. You're right, John. Good shot from Toffolo, and it's a save you expect. Lloris, he made a bit of a meal of it. Maybe it came through bodies, and he couldn't see it till late, but you still expect him to save that.
Yeah, had a good sight of it down to his left, but certainly that little header back to Lloris might have actually just taken a deflection
off Eric Dyer. You're right.
Dyer's head, so in fact that probably carried it closer to Lloris. But Forest showing that they're willing to have a go with Lewis O'Brien, the former Huddersfield Town midfielder. He and Toffolo, of course, lost out to Nottingham Forest in the playoff final at the end of last season, but ended up in the Premier League anyway with Forest. And here he is, the little number 14, fair-haired, but Forest lose it, and Tottenham come forward again. Here's Harry Kane in the centre circle, but he's dispossessed, although the ball bounces to Højbjerg, and Højbjerg plays it to the right hand side to Kulusevski, and Tottenham with Son in the middle. Kulusevski's low ball to the penalty area, straight into the path of Worrell, who was able to step forward and then pass it to O'Brien, and O'Brien bringing it forward for Forest. Tottenham leading by 1-0, but Forest having a better spell now. Ball played across to the right hand side to Williams, who gets the ball down and heads off into the Tottenham half. Gets it back from Lingard, and then back it goes into the centre circle.
You can see they're well drilled there, John. Do you know when Tottenham lose the ball, they get back into their shape and they say, I'm going to let the centre halves have it. As soon as it goes into midfield,
Sanchez,
then I'm going to go and press.
Sanchez got to be careful there, Clinton. Hence you saying whoops, because that was a bit of a heavy touch from him. Davinson Sanchez starting the second consecutive match because of the injury to Christian Romero. But he was able to recover there, the Colombian, and clear it away. But I think if there's one thing that you expect from Antonio Conte's teams, it is that they will be well drilled, because as he always says to us whenever we interview him, I want you to work.
And if you don't work, you're not going to play.
I repeat, I want you to work. Halfway through the first half, Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham 1. Here's Lingard, just forward of the centre circle, drags it back, gives it to his right to Morgan Gibbs-White, who's appeared on this side of the Nottingham Forest attack. Now it's moved to the left-hand side, and Scott McKenna's getting involved. Toffolo's over there as well, and then Toffolo back to O'Brien. Worrell wants it closer to the halfway line, the captain, Joe Worrell. Then to his left again, O'Brien now goes for a high ball diagonally out to the right. Nico Williams catches up with that, controls it. It's on his left foot there. He's been forced back up the touchline by Perisic. And now Worrell again, low ball into the penalty area, looking for Johnson. Johnson does well. Crosses it right across the 6-yard box.
Look at Jesse Lingard. You're on the edge of the box. How are you going to score a goal? The person that's in there to score it is Toffolo.
Yeah, Sanchez was able to clear, and now it might break for Gibbs-White in the area. Just ran away from him. There's some good probing balls being played by Forest here, but they're not in a position at the moment to be able to take advantage. Here they are again with it on the left-hand side. Toffolo's ball in, but good work from Bentancur, who nipped in just ahead of Jesse Lingard. And Spurs got it away and bounces back. Well, that's good play from Yates there, snapped in on the challenge. It was a 50-50, but it's broken for Spurs. Kane plays it forward from the back to Son. They want a handball. And referee Pawson, after a bit of thought about it, says yes, it was a handball. And it's a free kick to Forest near the edge of their own penalty area.
It is, to be fair, but it's good. The play that we've seen is a good ball, another good run from Brennan Johnson. He's been really lively. He puts a good ball into the area. There's only Toffolo in there. You're losing Forest. How are you going to get back into it? You have to get bodies into the box.
Late goal for Hearts, who leads St Johnstone now by 3 goals to 2. It was a penalty from Shankland. So Hearts 3, St Johnstone 2. That was a 3 o'clock kickoff. The Belgian Grand Prix was on Sports Extra earlier. If you missed it, as they used to say, if you don't want to know what happens, just avert your ears for a moment. But the cricket is now on Sports Extra, the latest matches in the 100. We'll have more on the Belgian Grand Prix at half-time if you want to avoid it then as well. But it was a very convincing win for Verstappen. And we'll hear from David Moyes and Stephen Gerrard at half-time, which is about 20 minutes away. Forest coming forward. Here's Worrell again on the right-hand side. Williams. But Spurs are absolutely packing the penalty area, leading away from home by 1-0. Forest trying to find a way through. Williams into the challenge, bounces away. Dyer put the challenge in, and then Perisic plays it into Williams and wins the throw-in deep inside his own half. Applause from the Forest fans there for the work of Williams on the right-hand side. I know he's caught the eye in his early days in the Nottingham Forest side. You're
right, he's been good. There were big shoes to fill the departure of Jed Spence, but he has been good this season, put some good balls in. But he's got good pedigree coming from Liverpool anyway, and being on loan at clubs like Fulham. He's in his short space of career, he's had some good clubs.
Forest 0, Tottenham 1. There is quite a threat for Spurs on the breakaway. I mean, it's almost Antonio Conte's ideal situation, isn't it? A match like this, newly promoted, still the early weeks, and you get your early goal, and then Forest have got to put pressure on Tottenham. They defend well, and you've got Son and Kane and Kulusevski to break away. And Richarlison's just warming up there on the touchline. Not that you need much warming up today. It's a lovely afternoon here in the East Midlands. And Tottenham win a throw-in on the far side. Yeah, Jed Spence got a brilliant reception. If you just switched on and you didn't hear earlier, Jed Spence, such an important part of the Forest promotion last season when he was on loan from Middlesbrough here, and his final appearance was that playoff final. Made his move in the end to Tottenham, £20 million, yet to get on the field for Spurs, not even been involved in the last couple of matches, but Antonio Conte naming him as a substitute, and he has had such a warm reception here. We might well see him later. Tottenham with the ball at the back with Lloris. Forest just taking the opportunity to have a bit of a breather in this warm sunshine.
Yeah, because they've dominated. To be fair, it's been a good response from Forest since going a goal down.
And Spurs have given it away, and they've given it away to Gibbs White, who plays it across the penalty area to the right-hand side to Johnson. That was blocked out of the box. Williams was there for Forest. Now here's Gibbs White again, crossing left-footed. Gibbs White tried to get there. It bounces out towards the edge of the penalty area. Johnson now receives it on the right, but he was out-muscled by Perisic in there, who was able to get in with a challenge and give it a touch back to Lloris, who cleared.
Yeah, it was good. He's got to be stronger in there, because if you've got a chance to go, you can't let Perisic get his body in front of you. But it was good defending from Perisic, but they're causing problems. They are causing a lot of problems. Forest down this right hand side in particular, the combination between Gibbs White, Brennan Johnson and Nico Williams.
But lacking a centre forward.
That's the biggest problem. Centre forward and number 9 is going to put the ball in the net. But the approach play has been outstanding so far.
They've signed Emmanuel Dennis. He's on the substitutes bench from Watford. Sam Surridge is there as well.
He can score goals as well. He can score goals, Emmanuel Dennis. We've seen that at Watford.
Yes, these Dennises can be quite dangerous, can't they? Here's Kulusevski on the right-hand side.
Was there one commenter earlier? He's a bit dangerous, isn't it? A call from earlier.
I wasn't referring to him.
Oh, was you not? Okay.
No, certainly not. Certainly far from it. That could be further from the truth. Tottenham with Lloris passing the ball out to Sanchez over on the right-hand side, forward to Højbjerg, and then Højbjerg to Kane. Kane takes a touch, turns, and then turns again and gives it infield to Bentancur with his lily white Tottenham shirt just over the top of his blue shorts. Son now on the halfway line. Back it goes now to the left-hand side to Perisic, and then Spurs just killing it at the moment. and enjoying possession and enjoying a 1-0 lead. And now the ball flicked forward by Kulusevski to Kane. Cook went to ground but was able to get the ball out to the right hand side. It goes, and Spurs into the penalty area with a low cross into the box, which is cleared away at the near post. Emerson Royal, first time really we've seen him get forward down the right hand side, the right back.
You're right, because he's had to defend loads because of the impact that Toffolo and Jesse Lingard have had on that left hand side, and they've kept him back. But you're right, Tottenham have got a bit of spell of possession now, and that's what you want to do. It quietens the crowd, and it don't lift the spirits of the Forest players.
Tottenham 1-0 up. Harry Kane, the goal scorer. Harry Kane actually scored when they last met 8 years ago in a League Cup tie at White Hart Lane. Ryan Mason was on the score sheet that day as well, one of Antonio Conte's coaching staff now. Ball with Spurs. Here is Emerson Royal again. Emerson coming in field, giving it to Kulusevski. This could be dangerous. Low ball to the edge of the box to Son. Back to Kulusevski with a shot, but that hit a defender on the edge of the penalty area, and Forest played forward. And that's a good turn by Brennan Johnson. Out-muscled Eric Dyer. And now Gibbs White down the right-hand side. Goes for the early ball across the box, but Lingard couldn't get there. Lloris came scrambling out, and at the last gasp went sprawling down and got a hand to it, the Tottenham goalkeeper, to push it away to safety.
A brilliant centre forward play from young Brennan Johnson, the way he rose Eric Dyer there. And you know what, it's nearly a great ball from Morgan Gibbs White. It was nearly the perfect, but you not got to give credit to Hugo Lloris. It's a great goalkeeper. He just done enough to get that touch, because Lingard would have been sticking that away, John.
Some lovely moves,
yeah,
some lovely interplay, some lovely intricate stuff from Nottingham Forest, but it cries out. It absolutely slaps you in the face what they're missing.
Yeah, of course it does, definitely, because the build-up play is superb, to be fair, from back into the midfield, up the front. They're causing a lot of problems.
And Hearts have won it with that late penalty. Hearts 3, St Johnstone 2 is the final score in the Scottish Premiership after Celtic's 9-0 win later. We've already heard from Ange Postecoglou on the programme, given away by Yates. And now Spurs played through to Son, who must be offside.
Yeah,
the flag stayed down.
He's offside.
Son takes it on.
Why is he waiting? John, I've watched a few games earlier on at the season, and they do wait. Then I watched one the other day, and he pull it up straight away.
Yep.
Someone is going to get a bad injury. So I understand playing on, but we can see from here, he's clearly 5 yards off onside. It's not a tight one.
No, well, that was. It did look off. I mean, it looked very offside. But I can tell you, Clinton, the advice for the assistants this season is, if you're certain,
then lift it.
Put the flag up.
Yeah.
If you're certain. But if the ball is played through the middle, then the advice is to keep the flag down.
I understand.
If it's played out to the flanks, then you can put your flag up.
But me and you were certain, weren't we?
Right. You're right in what you said.
Okay.
Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham 1. Harry Kane's 6th minute goal, the only one we've seen so far, but Spurs could be out of sight actually if they'd taken all of their chances. Forest dominating the possession but lacking a cutting edge, as they say. Sanchez, poor clearance from him. Lingard was onto it. Williams goes for the early ball across, but that was onto the head of Ben Davies, his international teammate. And then Perisic puts in the challenge near the corner flag down here on the right hand side, and the ball bounces out of play. Where are the ball boys down there? Goodness me. Oh, there he is. He suddenly appeared. And
he's a famous ball boy down there. Someone's son's down there, ball boy.
Someone's son. No, he's done well. He's done well. He's got it all sorted now. He's got everything under control. Well done. Here's Forest with the ball on the right hand side. Yates back into the box. It's angled back by Gibbs White. Comes back to Johnson on the edge of the penalty area. All of those white shirts though. And then to the left hand side, O'Brien. Here's Toffolo now. The cross from the left hand side. Takes a deflection wide of the post. Final touch off the Forest body in there.
Yeah, I think it might have been John Brennan Johnson. I think, he just can't get enough, wrap his head around it. But it's good play. And you know what? You see a bit of Forest there. McKenna's playing so far up the field. Remember when Sheffield United used to do that? And they used to overlap their wing back. It was brilliant there. And that's because Tottenham go back into their shape, and there's so much spaces for the centre half to get forward.
Yes, absolutely right. McKenna it was with the cross from the left hand side. At the end of that move, Forest 0, Tottenham 1. Lloris takes the goal kick deep into the Forest half. Kane with the glancing header on. Kulusevski was after it, but it's cleared away by the very rugged-looking Steve Cook, isn't it? Just slightly thinning on top. Quite a few days of growth with his beard. Forest breaking through the middle now. played by Lingard to Williams, arriving. Williams went
poor.
for the early effort, rather slashed across it and hit it well wide of the near post as Perisic arrived in front of him.
See, that's what he lacked. The only thing he lacks is great play. But if that's Jed Spence in that position, he's trying to take him on and be one-on-one. And that's not Williams' game. Williams' game is get half a yard and have a whip a ball in to a great area. He's got great delivery. But it's good play again from Jesse Lingard and Morgan Gibbs White.
Yeah. Williams has done well. He's caught the eye.
He has.
But just, you know, for listeners who are thinking, well, why didn't Jed Spence, if he had the opportunity, stay at Forest, where things had been so good? And I know, you know, he's got the opportunity, obviously, to move to Tottenham.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a £20 million move, Champions League club. But, you know, I'm sure football fans, not just Forest fans and Tottenham fans, will be sort of pondering that one.
You'd love to see him playing regular because of how good he was in the Championship. For me, the best fullback right back in the Championship last season. So you'd love to see him playing regular.
Yeah.
I understand the opportunity to go to Tottenham and work with Antonio Conte, but I would have definitely had a year right here at Forest in the Premier League, where he would have played week in, week out.
Yeah. And of course he may go on to do that.
Yeah, of course he
at Spurs. Very early days. 10 minutes to go to half time. This is 5 Live on this Premier League Sunday. Listen as well on the move on a lovely day like this on your device on BBC Sounds. You can rewind the live radio, maybe listen to the commentary later as well if you manage to evade the scores, which is very difficult to do these days. And listening as well all around the globe on the World Service to us, Clinton, every corner of the planet. Here's Williams on the right hand side. Perisic puts in the challenge and it rolls out of play for a throw 10 yards back from the corner flag. Level with the edge of the penalty area, actually, where Williams is going to take this. They would absolutely love a goal, an equaliser before half-time. Wherever you are, you'd hear about it. If they do get it, a buoyant atmosphere inside the ground, despite the scoreline. And of course, in the second half, Forest will be attacking towards the Trent end. But here they are, attacking towards the Bridgeford stand with Lingard. Low ball in from Williams, right across the edge of the box. It took a deflection, didn't it? And Spurs were able to clear, and it's played forward to Kane again. He's looking for Son already. Kane. Down the left wing he goes, takes it on into the full-back position. Cook went with him. It wasn't the greatest sprinting contest of all time, that was it? It was.
No, that's why I said trouble. But I thought Kane was going to knock it. If it was Son, then it is trouble for Cook. But he did well there, Cook. Very well.
Least surprising news of the afternoon from the footballing world. Least surprising news of the weekend. Stoke City have confirmed the appointment of Alex Neil as their new manager.
Yeah, that's a big blow. We
saw that coming.
Yeah, we did see that coming.
Yeah, but what a turn of events that was for Stoke City and for Sunderland.
Good appointment, don't get me wrong, for Stoke, but you feel sorry for the Sunderland fans.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see who takes that job now in the Championship. Big crowds.
Maybe I'm hearing someone like Tony Mowbray. Sean Dyche is still out there.
Yeah.
They're probably the two names where you look and think possibly could take that. Big club that is, John. Sunderland.
It is.
Huge.
Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham 1. Here at another big club who have had so many years out of the limelight, rather like Sunderland. Forest, who were actually in this Championship for 14 consecutive seasons before they finally managed to make the breakthrough last season and get up into the Premier League. Handball given against Ryan Yates, bouncing ball. Big day for him as well, starting in the Premier League for the first time in that youthful midfield, that English midfield, Yates and O'Brien together. And Eric Dyer just having a chat with referee Pawson. Brennan Johnson in there as well. Free kick for Spurs. Davis plays it back into the back line to Eric Dyer. We're just seeing on the big screen above our heads a shot of the owner, Evangelis Marinakis. Oh, and Renan Lodi is in there as well. He's made it. He's made it here, and well, there must be every chance that he might be introduced to the crowd at half-time. The Atletico Madrid man. Spurs coming forward. Now carrying it up towards the edge of the area. Emerson just plays that a little further away from Perisic, so he has to make ground to the left. But Perisic takes on Williams into the box. That's strong play from Perisic. Little ball across the penalty area. It's laid back by Emerson to Kulusevski. Spurs now with the ball in towards the near post, which is deflected away. Emerson and Worrell together tangling for it, sort of slipped between them, and Forest were able to clear. But whenever you see that, Spurs get forward so quickly, all over Forest.
You're right, they do break. They get back in their shape. You can see they are well disciplined. Conte's got Spurs like that, and then they just break. And they know that front three and the wing backs can break with pace.
So I think that pretty much confirms it, doesn't it? That Renan Loddy has become Nottingham Forest's 18th signing of the summer transfer window. As Forest play the ball forward, and it's just headed back by Sanchez to Lloris, who clears from the ground.
Let me tell you something, John. There'll be 2 more. I bet you there's 2 more that come through the door.
To make it 20.
It wouldn't surprise me if a right back comes in as competition for Williams, because that's the only right back they've got, and another centre half.
As Lingard misplaces his pass in field, Bentancur can step forward, give it to Kane, who carries it out to the left hand side, but he actually carried himself into trouble there, Harry Kane, and ends up on the ground, and Forest have won the ball back. Yes, I think it was a natural progression, wasn't it, when we saw that shot of the owner, Mr. Marinakis, and then the next thing was the camera panned across to Renan Loddy.
Yes.
And they've spent now, well, it depends what.
That was on loan, wasn't it?
It's on loan, isn't it? Yeah,
Atletico,
that's right. But and they're talking about Sergio Reguilon of Tottenham actually going to Atletico Madrid on loan before the end of the season. But I think the total is something like £150 million. Spurs, Nottingham Forest have spent.
But if he keeps in the Premier League, it's a business well spent. Do you know what I mean, John?
Yeah. And Evangelos Marinakis, the Greek owner, also owns Olympiakos. He's a shipping tycoon and a media mogul. A couple of stereotypical words. Here, Forest playing the ball across to the edge of the area. Curling shot from the edge of the box from Gibbs White. Flashed over the top by 3 or 4 feet. He turned away and put his hands to his face. Goal kick, Tottenham.
You know that front three, John, it's been a joy to watch them. Without the goal, they've done everything right. The ball in is brilliant into Jesse Lingard from Toffolo, because he knows there's not a big striker. The set from Lingard's brilliant, and he just gets over it and bends it over the crossbar. But good football again from Nottingham Forest. Yeah,
very good. But it's been a story for Forest of balls across the penalty area, through the 6-yard box, shots wide, shots over the top, and only the one goal, and that was converted by Harry Kane early in the match. Goal kick, Lloris takes it. Tottenham's captain, the World Cup winning captain. Now Emerson on the right hand side is challenged shoulder to shoulder, and referee Pawson says that's a free kick to Tottenham. He was having the side of his shorts tugged by Gibbs White. Free kick to Spurs. 3 minutes to go to half time. As I say, we're going to hear from David Moyes. Big win for them today. Got their wins in Europe, but that's their first Premier League win of the season. Deflected goal, I've not seen it yet. Fornals scoring the goal. Was that Stuart Broad?
Yeah, he's a big Forest fan, isn't he?
Yeah.
Great.
He was involved in the podcast, wasn't he, with Darren,
he was
at the start of the season, with the All About Forest podcast, which I presume is still on there. Well worth a listen. But he would have been otherwise engaged today, Stuart Broad, of course.
Yeah, but he wrapped it up early doors, didn't they?
Wrapped it up again. Yeah. Let's hope he doesn't do himself a mischief down there. They'll need him at the Oval the week after next. And that's a poor pass from Højbjerg on the halfway line, passed it straight out of play. It's quite blurry, that television, isn't it, that we've got?
Yeah, it is very blurry.
Shouldn't they have 4 or 5 plus HD in the Premier League?
What are you saying about that one, John? That one there is a bit better?
I think it is, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well spotted, good vision.
We'll have a word with Fletch and see what he can do.
Have a word with Mr. Marinakas. 1-0 to Tottenham. And here's Dyer on the edge of the box, passing it forward. Bentancur and Højbjerg, and then Kulusevski. His challenge. Centre field, McKenna, Kulusevski together. Tottenham with it on the right hand side now. White shirts pouring forward. Here's the cross, but it's beyond Son making that run into the 6-yard box. Anticipated it, but the delivery from out on the right hand side had too much on it from Harry Kane all the way through beyond the far post for a goal kick. 1-0 Tottenham lead. Clinton Morrison.
Yeah, it's been a good half so far for Forest. They actually have been the better team. If you're watching it and you've only just come in and you're thinking, it's 1-0, or you're listening to it and you're thinking, Tottenham have dominated. They haven't. Forest have been excellent. It's just one sucker punch where they got counter-attacked, and very good finish from Harry Kane. And that's how Tottenham have set up so far. But Forest have been good.
Forest playing out from the back. Goal kick. is actually hit over the top of Son to Williams, but it's played back into the edge of the penalty area to Worrell, then flicked forward by O'Brien, and now Gibbs-White with a low ball to Johnson, who's moved out to the right-hand side, and now Williams thought about the early ball. O'Brien made the run, didn't make the pass. Williams, you were calling for it, Clinton.
Yeah, he's too slow because you let Tottenham then get back into their shape.
Williams back to Yates and then back into the centre circle. For all the Premier League sides will play this coming midweek. Nottingham Forest have the little matter of Manchester City away on Wednesday night. Spurs go to West Ham. Ball over the top for Forest, but that's going nowhere for the team in red and through for a goal kick. And all of those matches, by the way, this coming midweek, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all 10 of them you can hear here on BBC Radio, either on 5 Live, Sports Extra, or the commentary via the BBC Sport website and app. 1 minute about a time will be played at the end of the first half. Tottenham still taking their time over this goal kick. The 3-5 Live commentaries: Tuesday, Leeds Everton; Wednesday, Liverpool Newcastle; Thursday, Leicester Manchester United. That is to come. Still plenty in this match. It is poised rather precariously for Nottingham Forest, 1-0 down, and every time Spurs come forward there is that danger of a second goal from one of those dangerous goal threats that Spurs have, and 2-0 might be beyond them, Clinton.
Yeah, it probably would be beyond them, so they need to just stay in the game, but they have, since Spurs scored, they have responded well. Just missing that final thing in the final third. The build-up play has been excellent. Yeah,
that's what they'll all be saying. 30,000 people inside this ground at half-time. That'll be the half-time discussion between every set of Forest fans.
Definitely.
There's the half-time whistle, and cheers for the effort, the intention, some of the play from Forest. The Tottenham lead through the England captain's third goal of the season, Harry Kane. 3 goals in his last 3 matches. That was scored in the 6th minute. For Forest, it's been a case of shots over, shots wide, shots at low crosses across the penalty area, and nobody there with the finishing touch. So half-time here at the City Ground. Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham 1.
Thank you, John. Clinton, I think that kind of sums up, when you're a newly promoted team, there's a lesson just how ruthless this Tottenham team is. I mean, Harry Kane on the counter-attack wasn't the cleanest of finishes, but it counts. And they've got that ability, even if they have to soak up a bit of pressure, that when they do come forward like that, they're one of the most dangerous teams in the league in that kind of situation.
Yeah, it's a different ball game in the Premier League, and you can get punished. And it wasn't even a chance, Fletcher. It was half a chance for Harry Kane. But you're right, on the break, they're excellent, Tottenham. They're breaking their numbers, and once he gets, and he doesn't hit it cleanly enough. And I think that's what kind of does Henderson on the goal, because McKenna's in front of him and he bobbles it into the corner. But that's why he's one of the best strikers there is in the world.
The stat is now that since his debut in February of this year, Dejan Kulusevski's provided more Premier League assists than any other player. That's his 10th. Harry Kane finished it off. From a Forest perspective, though, there's a lot of positivity out there. They're playing in a positive way. They're getting bodies forward. It's just about trying to generate that opportunity, that final touch in the Tottenham box.
It's the hardest thing to do, Fletcher, score goals in the Premier League, and that's the only thing they're missing at the moment. But I think the front three of Brennan Johnson, Gibbs-White and Jesse Lingard have been outstanding. Their combination play, but as you just said, the only thing they're missing at the moment is someone to put the ball in the back of the net. But the build-up play has been excellent.
And for Harry Kane, Darren, by the way, yet another statistical milestone for him. That is his 200th league career goal. So he's 186 for Spurs, 7 for Millwall, 5 for Leyton Orient, 2 for Leicester. So it seems like virtually every match he plays now, he's reached that stage of his career, hasn't he, where there's some sort of milestone or another.
There aren't many better. The England captain Harry Kane, as goal separates the teams here at the City Ground. But I think we've got a fascinating second half coming up with John and Clinton in about 15 minutes time. Coming up before that, we'll hear from Eddie Howe, Steven Gerrard and David Moyes as we reflect on the early kick-offs. West Ham beat Aston Villa 1-0 to get their first points of the season. Meanwhile, it finished 1-1 at Molineux in a really good game between Wolves and Newcastle. In Scotland, Celtic beat Dundee United 9-0 at Tannadice. Yes, the second 9-0 of the weekend. One south of the border, one north of the border. Hat-tricks for Kyogo Furuhashi and Leo Labada helped them to the top of the table. They're 2 points clear of Rangers, who they play, by the way, at the weekend. In the other game in the Scottish Premiership today, Hearts beat St Johnstone 3-2 to move up to third. Some news in as well in the last 20 minutes that John broke during the course of the commentary. Stoke have confirmed the appointment of Alex Neil to replace Michael O'Neill as the manager. One of the worst kept secrets in football is now confirmed. Now, away from the football, Red Bull's Max Verstappen took a stunning victory in the Belgian Grand Prix. He fought from 14th to take the lead by lap number 18. Teammate Sergio Perez was second, with Ferrari's Carlos Sainz third. Sainz had started the day on pole position. Lewis Hamilton crashed on the first lap. It's Verstappen's 9th win in 14 races and consolidates his championship lead.
The hardest bit was lap 1 to stay out of trouble, because it was very hectic in front of me and I just really didn't want to be involved. But yeah, we came through quite well. Then it calmed down with the safety car, and basically from there on was literally trying to overtake a car every lap. And then once I realized I was third, I could see we can win this race. Yeah.
Are you surprised at just how good you guys were and the gap to everyone else this weekend?
The whole weekend, yeah, it surprised me already. So I think we did a really good job as a team to put the car in a good window. I don't expect it to be like that every single race weekend. But yeah, we of course again made a bigger gap, which is of course very nice, but we know that we have to score points every single weekend.
So Verstappen speaking there to Lawrence Barretto. He's now 93 points clear at the top of the drivers' standings. Lots more reaction to that in the Checkered Flag podcast, which you'll be able to download from BBC Sounds very soon. Live cricket from the 100 right now is on Sports Extra. Birmingham Phoenix against Manchester Originals, and Kevin Howells is there.
Hiya, Darren. The Phoenix need to win this one to cement top 3 with still a game to go. They're making real hard work of chasing down 123 already. They've lost 4 wickets, so they need 103 from 72, but they've lost 4 wickets now. Wickets including Eve Jones for 0, Devine for 4, Amy Jones for 6, and Kate Cross has picked up a couple of wickets, the visiting captain. Really good from the Originals, making life tough for the Phoenix. 103 off 72 needed with those 4 wickets already fallen.
Thank you, Kevin. The men's match follows on Sports Extra later. All the football reaction to come as well before the second half of Nottingham Forest against Tottenham Hotspur. News time now. Anna Preston.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
There's warnings of further devastating floods in Pakistan as water from monsoon rains in the north of the country flows downstream. More than 1 million homes have been damaged or destroyed so far, and the government says it'll need international assistance to meet the needs of families who need emergency shelter. Chris Kay runs the World Food Programme in Pakistan.
Some have been able to protect their food stocks, others haven't. The critical issue, I think, in many respects at the moment, and we're hearing more and more, is the availability, or rather non-availability, of shelter. So there's a desperate need for tents right now.
Sources close to Liz Truss have told the BBC she's ruled out further universal handouts for all households to help cover the cost of surging energy bills. That's in contrast to her leadership rival Rishi Sunak, who said the government must provide some direct support to everyone. Ms Truss is said to be considering tax cuts and changes to benefits instead. Church services have been held across Liverpool to remember 9-year-old Olivia Pratt-Corbell, who was shot at her home in the city on Monday. Merseyside police have issued a new online video appealing for help in catching the person responsible. An inquiry's found a soldier who was shot and killed during a training exercise in Pembrokeshire was likely mistaken for a wooden target by a soldier who wasn't wearing his contact lenses. 35-year-old Sergeant Gavin Hillier of the 1st Battalion Welsh Guards died in March last year. And the Notting Hill Carnivals return to the streets of South London for the first time in 3 years. Around 2 million people are expected to have taken part in the celebrations by the end of tomorrow.
Flushing Meadows is no stranger to iconic moments.
Andy Murray has won the title.
Emma Raducanu is the US Open champion.
I'm terrible at goodbyes, but goodbye. I love y'all.
But what will come next? US Open Tennis 2022. 10 years on from Murray's first Grand Slam. 1 year on from Emma Raducanu's fairy tale victory. And one last dance for Serena Williams. Subscription-free coverage of the 142nd US Open starts Monday from 5 p.m. on 5 Live, Radio 5 Sports Extra and the BBC Sport website. Five Live's Premier League Sunday with Darren Fletcher.
This is 5 Live Sport.
Second half commentary to come then from the City Ground. Tottenham Hotspur leading Forest by 1-0. The goal scored in the first half, early in the first half, by the England captain Harry Kane. One result from the Super League today to bring you. Hull FC beat Toulouse by 38 points to 12. 6:06 follows at 6:30 tonight. Chris Sutton joins us now. Evening, Chris.
Good evening, Darren. You okay?
Yes, very good, thank you. You're going to be with us while we round up the stories from earlier. We've got plenty to get into as well. It might be some of the kind of subjects you're going to be talking about on the programme a little bit later on. So let's round up the Premier League action so far today. West Ham have their first win of the season, beating Aston Villa at Villa Park. Pablo Fornell's deflected second half shot, the only goal of the game. Villa were booed off by their fans, who have witnessed 3 defeats in the first 4 matches, and manager Steven Gerrard said he can understand their frustration.
I can't fault the lads' effort, application. They've gone out there and fought against a really good opponent. We played ever so well first half. We were in control without creating an awful lot. But I was happy with large parts of our first half performance, and then the game's in the balance. I said to the players at half time, we need to go and take the points away from West Ham if we can. Continue to do the things we're doing, control, counter press them well, keep asking questions, but we couldn't find that bit of quality to get ourselves in front. We were obviously unlucky with the goal we scored from a set play first half, and then obviously a big moment went against us, a deflected goal. Probably one of the only really attacks we faced in the game, and then the game became open end to end. We were obviously taking more risks. We were throwing subs at it to try and find that bit of quality to get back in the game. That left us open at times. So yeah, we're on the end of losing a close one, but we haven't got enough points on the board, so that feels double tough right now.
Was there just maybe a lack of imagination at times today?
You could say that. A bit of quality, a bit of imagination, a little bit of luck, like West Ham got. But yeah, we've done ever so well to certain areas of the pitch today, and even at the end, you know, we're getting up around their box in good areas with good players on the ball, but we just couldn't force a goal today.
Is it a good thing that you've got a game so soon after?
Well, look, I'm looking forward to the game. I want to give these players the support they need. It's got to come from within. We haven't got enough points on the board. It's tough right now. You know, our fans have shown the frustration today, and I think they deserve to do that because we expected to be in a better place than we're in. But the only way to put it right is to roll your sleeves up. I'm in. I hope the players feel the same as well.
How would you assess your start to the season then? Has it been a level of performance that's been lacking?
I think it's results. That's the business we're in. You know, different things on different days. Last week against Crystal Palace, we were nowhere near good enough. I thought the performance was a lot better today, but the outcome's the same, so we need results and need them quick.
That's Steven Gerrard, who always provides an honest assessment post-match. I mean, he's going to be as frustrated as anybody, Chris Sutton, that he just can't quite find the right blend for this team, can he?
No, and I think it is becoming a bit of a problem for Steven Gerrard. They've had quite a gentle start to the season, and I suppose the question which I'd asked Aston Villa fans is, since he's taken over from Dean Smith, have Villa really progressed under Steven Gerrard? I'm not so sure they have. He's hung his hat on Coutinho, hasn't he? Spent a lot of money on wages and the outlay, and it just hasn't happened. Diego Carlos, he was unlucky with that one, wasn't he? He's out for many months, and that's a big blow. But I mean, Villa just haven't sparked, and they've got Arsenal on Wednesday, I think it is, and Manchester City next.
Yeah, tough times for Steven Gerrard. He's got to work it out at Villa Park. 08085909693 for Aston Villa supporters to call Chris on 606 a little bit later on. But let's hear from his opposite number then. Here's David Moyes on what pleased him most today.
Obviously the win, and probably after not playing well in the first half and playing much better in the second half, we looked a lot more like ourselves in the second half than we've probably have this season. So hopefully there's signs that we're beginning to get back into a little bit of rhythm.
Were you pleased with the alterations you made at half time?
Well, we wanted to try and do something different. We hadn't done well enough in the first half. But the one thing about the first half was we were resilient. We stuck at it. We didn't concede a goal. We kept at it, which gave us a chance then again into the second half in trying to do something. So I was pleased with that at the end of the first half. But obviously I wasn't pleased with how we'd played. The second half we played much better.
Was that a performance that had been coming? Have you seen that developing over the last few weeks?
Well, I hadn't seen the first half coming. The second half, I'd felt that we were beginning to get a bit more like ourselves and played a bit more with a bit more confidence. And But then I didn't like the last 5 minutes where we kept giving the ball away and giving them the ball back for them to have some more attack. So, look, the first win for us was really important today, and the players have worked hard to get it, and they showed a lot of commitment, a lot of resilience as well.
That's the West Ham United manager, David Moyes. He'll be relieved, Chris, won't he, to get the first win? They always want the first one on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. Always felt it was coming with West Ham. Had massive issues at centre half, haven't they? They brought Agard in and he got injured. They've had issues all the way through pre-season, but they seem to have sorted that out today. Big win for them. I know it was a deflected goal, but I suppose there'll be a lot of happy Hammers fans. We want to hear from them tonight.
Yes, you do. 08085 909 693. 9 for Celtic. You'd have got 3 today against Dundee United at your age.
Oh, blimey. I tell you what, though, Darren, they play a brilliant brand of football, and they've got some huge games coming up. Of course, Rangers on Saturday, and then Real Madrid in the Champions League. It doesn't get much better than that.
I know. Did you see the free kick goal where they got somebody kneeling in front of the wall and the ball hit him and went back to the fella that took it and then it went in?
That's
it was mad.
Brilliantly planned.
Chris, have a good show. Have a good show. Have a good show, my friend. Great to talk to you. That's Chris Sutton, 6:06 at 6:30 tonight. 08085 909 693. The players are back out for the second half. Tottenham have been out there slightly longer than Nottingham Forest, who have just re-emerged. Steve Cooper was out there for work earlier than his team, in actual fact, and we didn't see Renan Lodi, the new signing, at half-time, and it doesn't look, John Murray, at the moment like we're going to see any changes from either team either.
No, it seems it's as we were at the start of the match. So the teams, Forest with Henderson in goal, Worrell, Cook and McKenna, the 3 central defenders, Williams and Toffolo wide, Yates and O'Brien in the middle, Lingard, Gibbs White, the club record signing on his first start, and then Brennan Johnson, that fluid front 3. That's the Forest team, and Tottenham, who lead through the Kane goal, Lloris in goal, Sanchez, Dyer and Davis, Emerson and Perisic wide, Højbjerg and Bentancur in the middle, and then their front 3 of Kulusevski, Son and Kane. So there is the whistle. Craig Pawson getting us underway in the second half in this lovely East Midlands sunshine. Forest playing from right to left, so attacking towards the Trent end, the packed Trent end to our left. Still lots of movement in the stand, and Spurs leading through that early goal from Harry Kane. A sort of bouncing shot, but he hit it low into the ground. And just watching it again and again at half-time, Clinton Morrison, I have seen him score goals like that before. Maybe there was a little bit of intent in that.
Yeah, we can never say that Harry Kane didn't mean that, John. So we're going to give him, it was a great finish, and he done it deliberately.
Yeah. So Forest 0, Tottenham 1. The onus is on Nottingham Forest. 1-0 winners in their only home match so far this season against West Ham. 1-0 down to Antonio Conte's team in this one. Conte looking to continue their unbeaten start to the season. Forest in the red shirts, white shorts, red socks, lacking a cutting edge, but looking bright and sharp nevertheless. But they lose possession here, and as Kulusevski takes it forward, O'Brien puts in the challenge. It rolls out of play, and the assistant says throw into Tottenham on the halfway line. Lovely summer's afternoon. Tottenham fans over there to our right, absolutely bathed in sunshine. I hope they brought the sun cream and the sun block. The sun's been on them in the Bridgeford stand the whole of the game. Here's Højbjerg inside his own half, turns the ball back out to the far side to Davis, who knocks it across the penalty area to Dyer, and now to Sanchez on the right hand side. Sanchez passing it up. Kane tries to flick it down the line, actually hit his other leg and very nearly bounced infield to Son, but Forest have it back, and it goes back to Worrell on the right hand side. Crucial tackle from Worrell in the first half when Spurs already led 1-0 to deny Harry Kane just as he was looking to shoot. And Dean Henderson, I mentioned the sun, Dean Henderson, the Forest goalkeeper, at that end in front of the Bridgeford stand is actually wearing a black cap, a peaked cap, and I'm not surprised because the sun is now quite low, coming in the gap between the Trent end and the Peter Taylor stand here. Forest with it on the right, but that's overhit forward by Williams, and Spurs have got it. Clinton Morrison alongside me, Premier League striker, Republic of Ireland international. Clinton?
Yeah, it started again on the front foot on Forest. I bet Steve Cooper just said keep on going, keep playing how you did in the first half, but let's just have that cutting edge in the final third, because the football at times was good, and Tottenham will sit in and play counter-attacking. When you've got those front three, they can cause problems.
Yeah, as Harry Kane heads it back, and then it's played over the top. by Hotspur, but McKenna's going to get there first and play it diagonally across the box for the Forest goalkeeper Henderson to play it forward to Worrell, who just was able to keep possession. He just got a touch away from Perisic and was then able to follow up and clear it out towards the far side. Back it comes again to Dean Henderson, on loan this season from Manchester United, with his eyes on the World Cup squad, I'm sure. Gibbs-White passing it forward down the left, Toffolo on the chase, but Emerson, the Tottenham right wing back, is able to slide in, hook it out of play. There was a bit of indecision amongst the officials there as to whether the throw was going to be Forest or Tottenham.
I think it's the right decision. I think Davinson Sanchez plays it off top for low, and he knows it, but he's going to complain. Definitely, it was good play again from Forest though. Yeah, Emerson takes the throw and it bounces out of play, and the right wing back will take this throw for Tottenham. And the question is, when does Steve Cooper make his changes here? As we mentioned, he's got Surridge and Dennis, and obviously Awani was left out of the starting lineup today, the number 9. But it is Spurs coming forward. Kane plays it down the right wing. Kulusevski's onto this, cuts into the area on his left hand, then gives it back to Kane with a shot on the edge of the box. But again, Worrell was able to slide in front of the shot from Kane, which was rather telegraphed. And the Forest defender was able to get in there. And now Gibbs-White is sandwiched between Emerson and Sanchez. Goes to ground. That's a free kick to Forest in front of the Tottenham coaching area. Yeah, it's good block again from Worrell, but he got done on the halfway line there because he came out of an area and Son played a good one around the corner. But yeah, good defending again from Joe Worrell, who's had a really good game. Lines are open for 606, which follows 5 Live Sport this afternoon. So give Robbie and Chris a call, 08 085 909 693 on any of the weekend's footballing action. Text 85058 or get in touch on social media, hashtag BBC 606. Forest wing and free kick, centre field. Ball's played out to Toffolo on the left and then back in field. Now Lewis O'Brien is going to have a little scurry forward, but he's leaned into by Hotspur. Just a cheap free kick. They take it quickly, Forest, into the shadows cast by the Trent end. And now McKenna looks to play the ball through into the penalty area. Gibbs-White on the turn, his cross towards the back post is headed narrowly wide by the arriving Yates. Chance there, arriving on it, but nodded it wide by a yard. He has to do better, and you know why I say he has to do better? Because it's Ryan Yates and he's very good in the air, to be fair, but it's good play again from Forest. A great run from Gibbs-White, good ball from McKenna, stands it up, and you're just thinking Yates 7-8 yards out, he really should be hitting the target at least. Yeah, Yates, really good goal scoring record from midfield last season, 9 goals in all competitions, best he's ever managed in a season, but that was a chance. I feel like I've seen this before, Clinton. Newly promoted Premier League team comes up full of confidence, and you play in the big league and everyone knows you have to take the chances when they come. Yeah. And Forest aren't doing that. I agree, it's spot on. Comes back to the Tottenham midfield. Sanchez, square to Dyer. Dyer plays it into Brennan Johnson and the ball ricochets straight at Loris in the goal. They ain't been good, Tottenham. They have not been good. Forest have been the better team, but as I said, because you've got front three like that, it can get you goals and get you out of trouble. That's why, but they haven't been good. But you got to give credit to Forest. Forest have started the second half the same way they ended the first half, on the front foot. Well, Spurs started the season great guns, didn't they, when they beat Southampton on the first day. But then, weren't convincing against Chelsea, got a 2-2 draw. Here's Kane skipping away with it out to the right hand side, deep cross for him, Perisic arriving, but on the half volley sends that arcing high over the crossbar and into the Forest fans in the Bridgeford stand. Yeah, good play again from Harry Kane, skips past Cook who goes to ground, and you're thinking Perisic with his ability, can he control it, but in the end it goes over. But it's a good break again from Spurs. Yeah, another warning for Forest. But yeah, Tottenham got the 2-2 draw at Chelsea on that fiery afternoon, that hot afternoon at Stamford Bridge, and then last weekend 1-0 win against Wolves. Didn't absolutely convince by all accounts, and here they are now 1-0 up, but 1-0 will do for Antonio Conte, I fancy. There's
without getting into stereotyping. Kane plays the ball to the left-hand side. Perisic takes it on into the box, double step over, then the chip in towards Kane, and the goalkeeper.
He's handballed it.
There was a handball.
Yeah, he's handballed
But the defender, there were two defenders on the line. There was a flailing arm there.
I don't know.
Penalty.
Yeah, I don't know what Cook's doing because McKenna's behind him to deal with it. I do not, for the life of me, why your hands in the air from there.
Well, the goalkeeper was there.
Exactly. It's a stupid decision. I don't know.
And we've got, what is that? Is that there's a card being shown? If that was a handball on the line, was that a yellow card? It was. No, it wasn't a handball on the line. He just threw his arm up in the air, and that's even though Henderson is there.
And McKenna's behind him as well. I know Kane's there, but I don't think Kane's getting that. And it's a difficult one. I don't understand why you put your hand in the air. There's no reason there to put your hand in the air.
Virtually a yard out, goalkeeper's there, two defenders, and Cook under pressure from Kane throws his arm in the air. Well, the Tottenham fans are, the Forest fans are singing, you don't know what you're doing. It's all still a bit of a schmozzle there, Clinton.
Yeah, it is. But I just said I've looked at the Forest's backline and I say to him, he does not move his feet quick enough. He's just getting to that age now where you've got to be switched on 24/7, and he wasn't. It's poor defending.
Well, they conceded a penalty for handball in the last home match, the first home game of the Premier League.
And then Henderson
saved it.
Yeah, he did. He saved it at that end as well. And Declan Rice didn't hit it with conviction.
No.
But this is different. This is not Declan Rice. This is Harry Kane, who's one of the best at penalty takers around.
Well, there is absolutely no question of who's taking this. I mean, VAR must still be having a look at this and
because
taking the bones out of it.
I think, John, where Harry Kane can pull it into the back of the net, is he denying a goal-scoring opportunity?
Well,
he is.
I think the suggestion is
Kane's heading that into the net.
Well, there may have been the suggestion is maybe it was a foul by Kane on Cook.
But they're not saying that. They're checking the denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. VAR saying so possible red card. They're not even looking at that.
Well, actually, they'll be looking at everything, won't they? So what they are looking at the moment is, was it a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity?
Well, it is, because he's heading that into the empty net, isn't he?
Well, it's not heading in.
It's a bit high from it. It's just high.
The arc of the ball is not going into the net.
No.
When Cook handballs it further across goal. So the question is has he prevented it from reaching Kane?
Yeah.
So at the moment it's just a yellow card.
It is a yellow card because he's pointing to the spot.
And yellow card is confirmed. So Harry Kane's had a long time to think about this, but that very often doesn't put him off. I remember just a couple of months ago in Munich watching him score his 50th goal for England from the penalty spot when he had to wait for goodness knows how long and buried that brilliantly past Manuel Neuer. Well, this time it's his England teammate Dean Henderson, who's already saved a penalty at that end in the Premier League for Nottingham Forest. He's leaping up and down on his line. He just adjusts his baseball cap and he's ready for Harry Kane to take this, to double the Tottenham lead. Kane now on his right foot with a penalty.
Oh my gosh!
He saved it full length to his right, and Dean Henderson gets to his feet and punches the air with both fists. He's kept out Harry Kane, and it's still only 1-0 to Tottenham.
He's a top goalkeeper, to be fair. He is a top goalkeeper because he's been excellent for Forest this season, and the save's magnificent. And you don't know in Henderson, he's that type of guy. He's full of confidence.
Well,
look at him with the crowd.
He's taking his cap off, and he's twirling it in the air. it's like something out of. It's like Jack Hobbs has scored a century for England.
It's a top save because I don't think Harry Kane misses penalties. Brilliant save. Same side as Declan Rice went. Fantastic save from Henderson.
Yeah, to his right. He got a double hand to it. The BBC World Service are with us. Dramatic moments for all of us listening on BBC Radio. And Forrest coming forward. Ball to the edge of the box. It's laid off to the right. And the shot is wide from Williams. It was laid off to him by Yates, right side of the box, and the right wing back hit a bouncing shot that went beyond the far post. Could have been 1-1.
Johnny has to score. The play for Team Gibbs-White and Toffolo is brilliant, and the touch from Yates is magnificent because he could easily strike that. And I'm thinking Williams in that position, it's just hit the target because it goes in, and he drags the shot wide of the post. But what a game of football we got here.
Well, what a start to the second half. Still Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham 1. You're with us on 5 Live, the World Service and BBC Sounds. And Tottenham get away. Son, challenge from Worrell in the centre circle. He knew He brought him down. Son was sent flying. Yellow card for Worrell.
John, it is a great tackle. Let me tell you something. A lot of people will say, oh yeah, he shouldn't be doing that. It's a great tackle because Son's in one-on-one with McKenna. No one wants that. So it's a great tackle from Worrell.
No one wants that apart from Son.
Exactly. Yeah, he would be disappointed.
Yeah. So Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham 1. A penalty at one end. Harry Kane took it to the goalkeeper's right. Henderson flung himself there. So a double-handed save, sort of one hand onto the other and wide. The celebration from Henderson was brilliant. He doesn't lack confidence, does he? The goalkeeper. And it was a great moment in the sunshine here, just over the road from Trent Bridge. It really did look like he just knocked it away off his legs for 4 to reach his century.
Yeah.
The way he was celebrating.
It did, yeah.
And then at the other end, that chance. So we thought it was going to be 2-0 to Tottenham at one end, and then moments later, really, at the other end, it should have been 1-1.
Oh, it should have been. Williams has to score from the position that he's in.
Here is Williams again on the right-hand side, low ball into the box, but Dyer is able to adjust, step away and clear it away. Just over half an hour to play. Who knows what's coming next? Steve Cooper just marches across. I think, is he thinking about a change, perhaps?
He's having a word with the fourth official because he's not happy with some of the decisions that are not going his way.
Yeah. So it's a throw in to Spurs over on the far side. But that little passage of play there, you can hear what it's done to the Forest atmosphere. Down to our right, I can see a lone supporter twirling his red and white scarf.
Henderson loves it though, you know. He is a confident lad, let me tell you something. But when you can back up the saves like that, you can say what you want.
Harry Toffolo putting in a firm tackle on Emerson, and then Højbjerg is fouled by Gibbs White. Toffolo's not very happy, walks away, palms apart. Steve Cooper comes to the edge of the coaching area. Now there is a little bit of a feeling inside the ground that things are conspiring against Forest, and they're not getting the rub of the green, and that could work in their favour.
It could, because then the fans will get behind them, and this place will erupt.
Here's Son, gets his head down, gives it to the left-hand side to Perisic. Perisic now approaching Williams, who just stands up strong. Goes in for the tackle, the ball bounces away for Forest. Brennan Johnson now drops into his own half. Williams continues his run down the right hand side. Johnson allowed that to run to Lingard, but it was cut out actually by Ben Davis, and the ball is back with Hugo Lloris. So 1-0 it is to Tottenham. Dean Henderson has now saved 3 out of 5 penalties he's faced in the Premier League.
John, that is all the centre halves. McKenna's just been booked, Cook's been booked, Worrell's been booked. They've all got to be careful now because they've all just been booked, all the centre halves now. They have to be careful.
McKenna yellow carded for that challenge on Harry Kane, 10 yards inside his own half. Nottingham Forest FC in great voice here. Free kick then for Tottenham. Antonio Conte looking a little edgy in his soft black shoes with the white bases to them. Here's Sanchez playing it out to Emerson, and then forward from centre field. So some action we've seen. You'll be able to talk about it with Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton on 5 Live. 085 909 693 to put your call. Kulusevski playing the ball through. Son now plays it across. Cut out by Worrell. Comes back to Son. This is the chance. Saved by Henderson. Son's in there again, and it's hooked away somehow by McKenna.
Hey, Sean, this is amazing. Hey, what a game. What another great. Son, the first time I thought should go for goal. He tries to play it to Kane. Another great defending from Worrell. Comes back to Son. Very good save again from Henderson. This game's brilliant, to be fair. And if Henderson keeps playing like this, he's at the World Cup in November, without a shadow of doubt.
Well,
but even though there is some top goalkeepers,
yeah, that's Ramsdale and Pope and Pickford. Might have something to say about that. But he went for power there, Son, with the chance when it opened up. What was he, 10 yards out?
Yeah.
He went for power. He went to blast it, and it was straight at Henderson, but he still had to make the save.
To make the save. You're right.
So another important moment for Henderson.
Oh, he's in.
As the ball's played forward by Gibbs White, but Lloris is out of his penalty area, and this time it's the Tottenham goalkeeper who's involved to get there, actually quite comfortably ahead of Brennan Johnson, and put it out of play behind the Forest dugout. Steve Cooper, the Forest coach, has actually fielded that himself and has given it, and Forest have taken a quick throw in. We're into the last half hour now. Still got nearly half an hour of this to go. It's relentless. Forest trying to put pressure on Tottenham. Here's O'Brien, centre field. O'Brien now to the left hand side to Toffolo. Toffolo's cross comes off Emerson and bounces behind into the third row of the Trent End corner to the home side.
Can you tell I'm enjoying this, John? Wow, what a game this is. It's end to end. The atmosphere is brilliant. There's no better place where you want to be on a Sunday.
Well, that Trent End can have a magical effect. We saw that, didn't we, in the FA Cup this season? And they're trying to do their part here, towering over that goal being defended by Tottenham. 1-0 Spurs lead. Here is the corner from Gibbs-White to the back post, which is headed across. Yates with a header under pressure. Couldn't really direct it on target, just looped up in the end as he stretches for it. And Lloris was able to move to his left and make the catch.
Yeah, it's really well worked corner. Gibbs-White plays it to the back post, and Cook does well to win the first as a header. But it's good defending because Yates is in there and ready to pull it in the net. But good defending from Harry Kane.
Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham 1. Spurs heading the ball forward. It bounces over Son. Kane heads it back to Son. How have you thought of, how has he looked to you, Son, today? You can think about that for a moment because Forest, Lingard goes into the challenge. It bounces for Spurs again. And then here he is, Son. That's a good ball, diagonal and low to Kulusevski into the box. This is dangerous. Drags it on with his right foot, shoots across the face of goal, but it runs away, rolls away beyond the far post for a goal kick to Forest.
Yeah, to be fair, good play again from Son. In the second half, I thought first half Son didn't look the Son that we've seen last season. This second half he's looked really lively. It's like, I don't know what Conte said to him at half time, but he's come out second half and he's looked really good. But I think Son's a top player.
Yeah, brilliant goal scoring record, as you say, was Spurs top scorer in the Premier League last season, level with Salah. Here is Dyer, plays it, but Bentancur was able to go to ground and work it back to Sanchez. So Son yet to get off the mark. We used to talk about Harry Kane not being able to score in August. Now it's Son who's not been able to score in August. Kane is able to turn away as the ball comes underneath his foot, but it runs away and is played back by Forest to goalkeeper Henderson. That penalty save from Henderson as Forest get away down the right hand side, and it's played back centrally, and Yates is onto this, but again Forest just check the momentum and Spurs are right back in position. You can see it there, those two banks, and they're saying to Forest, come on newly promoted Nottingham Forest, you're 1-0 down, find a way through. So that's what they're trying to do. Cross from the right hand side deep to the back post. Emerson was underneath that, under pressure from Toffolo, and then Kulusevski trying to run it away, but that's been won back by Lingard for Forest. He gives it square to O'Brien, a flick from Gibbs-White, but the clearance by Sanchez, and then Kane goes down under pressure from Cook, and Cook now is trying to get back, and Spurs with Kulusevski, but he's put too much on that, and Henderson's come out of his penalty area and the ball's bounced past him, and he had to quick sharp turn to his right and get there ahead of Son, but he was able to, the new Forest hero.
I'm just about to say he's going to be a Forest hero, definitely. They had a hero before in Samba who was excellent one here, but Henderson's been outstanding since he's come to the football club.
That for Harry Kane, that's only the fourth penalty he's failed to score from in the Premier League, and he scored 28.
Oh, wow.
Here's Kulusevski, left-footed ball in beyond the far post, and it bounces through for a goal kick. So we've already seen him today score his 200th league goal. He should have been on 201, and Sam Surridge is Emmanuel
Dennis is coming on, and Sessegnon getting prepared for Tottenham.
Whoop, you nearly stood on my microphone. Well, you did stand on my microphone lead there. I thought I was going to be unplugged. John Murray unplugged. Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham 1, and Dennis is being called for by Steve Cooper. Spurs back on the ball, groans as it bounced to the visitors. And now Kulusevski receives it. He's posing a threat now. Kulusevski carrying the ball forward as he does, and he's past Cook, and he shoots, and Cook was just able to recover and get his legs in the way of that shot, and it bounces for Forest.
It's brilliant defending again from Cook. You just feel like he's tiring.
Last gasp.
Yeah, last gasp, but he gets there, don't they? They've made some great blocks this afternoon so far.
Yeah. With my microphone lead, I feel like one of those 1970s singers, you know, when they came forward and they had their microphone and they kept sort of yanking their microphone lead, a little bit like, I don't know, Sasha Distel.
What song are you singing for us this afternoon, John?
No, not coming to that. Here is Forest at the back with Cook, who plays it forward to Yates in centre field. Now here's Worrell on the right hand side, and it comes back to Cook again. This is fascinatingly poised now. Emmanuel Dennis is ready now. We can see him clearly standing in the coaching area. And then forward it goes from McKenna down the line. Gibbs White underneath that, but it bounces to Emerson, who turns it back to his goalkeeper, Lloris. Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham 1. 6:06, open for business with Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton. 08 085 909 693. Harry Kane is pulled up for a foul in the centre circle, so Forest take this free kick short. Worrell, as Clinton Morrison pointed out, all 3 Forest central defenders have been booked. You know, is it contentious? I mean, there wasn't. Did you feel that was a yellow card or a red card for Cook when leading to the penalty?
It's a hard one, you know, John. It's a very
As this Forest attack breaks down and Kane carries it over the halfway line. That's certainly one for 6:06. Kane carrying it deep into Forest territory. Højbjerg's available on the right, but he went for goal from the angle and he hit it wide of the near post as he was looking at it from the angle, and it flicked the side netting on the way wide. So the change, well, Jesse Lingard has gone a little quiet in the second half, and the question was going to be which one of the front 3 would be coming off, and it's Lingard.
Yeah, to be fair, it would have probably been out of him and Gibbs White, but I think Lingard's been good though. I think he's good touches, probably one of his better games that he's had for Forest so far. Very lively.
So Emmanuel Dennis comes on for what is his Premier League debut for Nottingham Forest. Just the one appearance so far. He started in the Cup at Grimsby, did play a couple of times for Watford actually this season, but he's on for his Premier League debut for his new club. Emmanuel Dennis, round about £20 million they paid for him. Here is Kane just outside the area. Kulusevski now onto his left foot, shoots, takes a deflection off McKenna, which takes it up and wide and beyond the far post and behind into the Tottenham fans, who, needless to say, are holding onto the ball. Corner to Spurs, which I think I'm right in saying is Spurs' first corner.
Is that their first corner? You could be
right. Did they have one in the first half?
No, I don't think they did. It was all Forest in the first half.
So Son is going over there to take it. Son Heung-min getting great support. They're trying to urge him back to form, I think, aren't they? There.
Tottenham leave 2-on-2 here at the back. Wow, you don't usually see that.
Antonio Conte stalking up and down the touchline. Just failed second goal for Tottenham. Would probably take the 3 points. Son swings it into the near post, but that's easily caught by Henderson, and Henderson overarms it out. And now the ball on the left-hand side with the newly arrived Dennis, the number 25, right-footed ball right across the field to the right-hand side. Johnson's onto this, into the penalty area for Forest. Low ball across, but too close to Lloris, who's able to drop down onto his knees and scoop it up.
Yeah, it was good. Henderson done well. He distributed it well to Dennis, and Dennis picked a good ball to Brennan Johnson. Just needs to cut it back a bit more.
Forest 0, Tottenham 1. 5 live in the World Service from the BBC in this 4:30 Sunday afternoon kickoff. This time next week you'll be listening to Manchester United against Arsenal on 5 Live. And I should say as well, next Saturday lunchtime, 12:30, you will hear commentary on Celtic against Rangers after Celtic's 9-0 win earlier. Hearts won 3-2, finished Wolves 1, Newcastle 1, and Aston Villa 0, West Ham 1. All of the Premier League highlights on Match of the Day 2 tonight and on the iPlayer anytime you like. Here is Gibbs White to Johnson, and now Williams arrives in the box on the right, tried to cut it back but passed it straight into the path of Bentancur, who is arriving. Forest come again, ball to the edge of the penalty area. Tottenham put in the tackles and they're able to take it away. Kulusevski, and Kulusevski carries it forward, and Harry Kane's there as well, just a few yards away. Richarlison's being prepared by Tottenham, and then Kane rather hands in the back on Dennis, who drops to the ground and wins the free kick. And here's Richarlison now. That's what Spurs have got now.
Conte's arguing with his coaches. He wanted Richarlison on, and he's arguing with him, saying to get him on, because there's a big problem down that arm left-hand side, and I think he might want to be taking off Son, or maybe it might be Kulusevski.
And Forest are going to bring on Freuler into the midfield very shortly.
He's
another
of
the recent signings
from Atalanta. He gets on the ball and makes things happen.
The Swiss international. Yep. It's going to be a double change actually. Forest are also going to bring on Ryan Sessegnon. So Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham 1 is the score, and we've got less than 20 minutes to play now. Forest facing their first home defeat back in the Premier League, but only 1 goal in it. Here's Dennis moving across the corner of the box, playing the ball to O'Brien, but just a heavy touch there, bounced away. Kane was able to take it away, and then O'Brien puts in the challenge. That's a foul. It's a free kick. Kane trying to get the ball down, and it's a yellow card for that challenge.
I think it was the previous one before he shirt pulled him, before he tried to play advantage.
Yeah. So, yellow card. They're stacking up now for Forest. That's 4 of them. Right, here come the Tottenham changes. So it's Perisic, who will be replaced by Ryan Sessegnon. And it's a question of who is going to... and Forest are also going to bring on Awoni and Kouyaté. So that'll be the next 2 Forest changes. Meanwhile, it is Son who is making way to my left. I'm getting more hand signals to my right than from Antonio Conte is doing at the moment. And
3-4-3, John. That's how we're playing.
I think you've got to play in the hall.
Yeah, okay, man.
And I'm the big man up front. Right. So Freuler and Awoni and Kouyaté are coming on. Son's off then, so he's not been able to get his goal. Gets a little pat on the back from Antonio Conte though. And so Richarlison, fresh legs of Richarlison are out there. So Richarlison, who is still yet to start for Tottenham. 3 substitute appearances now, yet to start, yet to score. Forest 1-0 down. Those 3 Forest substitutes are waiting now for the next break in play. Kane passes it forward. Here is Richarlison, the blonde-haired Richarlison as he is at the moment. Bentancur to the left hand, offside flag.
Come on.
Sessegnon. Not impressed, Clinton.
No, because you're looking across the line, John. You should never be offside from there.
And we'll now see these next set of changes.
O'Brien's one, John. O'Brien's on for...
Yeah. O'Brien replaced by Freuler in the midfield.
I can see Cook coming off, so I don't know if Cook's one. No, Yates is one.
Yeah, so both central midfielders are withdrawn. And the number 9, who scored Forest's first goal back in the Premier League,
and it is Cook.
Awoni.
And Cook's come off.
And Cook.
Yeah, Cook's come off. I've checked Kouyaté can go and play centre half. He's done it many a times for Palace if they go to the 3. Right. But it looks like maybe they're going to a 4. Because it looks like he's gone into midfield. I thought he could go and play in a 3, but it's going to be McKenna, Worrell, Williams and Toffolo. Yeah, they have. So they're going for it, to be fair, very attacking. Yeah.
Well, as I was talking with Darren, who's here presenting, Darren Fletcher, today before the game, and Darren was saying what he does, Steve Cooper, is he says, you can almost rely on it that he'll make changes to try and win the game, positive changes. And that's exactly what he's done here. Tactical switch, so 3 changes, tactical change. 15 minutes to go, and it's still 1-0. Harry Kane's early goal, but the drama in the early part of the second half when Tottenham won a corner, Harry Kane took it, Dean Henderson saved it, and then moments later at the other end, Williams had a great chance to equalise, but shot across goal. So now the different central defensive pairing for Forest, Freuler and Kouyaté. The former Crystal Palace man, 32 years old, lots of experience, lots of Premier League experience. Ball forward Richarlison with a shove in the back of Toffolo, free kick Forest.
John, he'll be a good signing. Palace fans said they would have loved to have kept him. He wanted a longer contract, and I don't think Palace wanted to offer him that. But he was really important for Palace last season.
Yeah, and Richarlison has ended up on the ground here. I'm not sure.
Too much times this happens, to be fair. I don't know what's happened, but come on.
Did the ball get thrown at him or something? And he's been. He's got his. It looks as though he's been hit amidships, as they say.
Let's have a look.
And whether it was just a flailing arm or kicked between the legs by Toffolo, as the two of them were challenging. Toffolo kicked up his heel, and I think that caught him between the legs. But he's okay. Listen, Richarlison's had that reaction from crowds all over
that. Yeah, exactly.
And that won't put him off a bit. Less than 15 minutes then to go. Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham 1. 6:06 coming right up after we've wrapped everything up, so probably 20-25 minutes away from 6:06. Here is Kouyaté, long-legged, back into his own half to McKenna. And then Freuler, the Swiss international, plays it out to the right-hand side. Freuler making his home debut, making his Premier League debut for Nottingham Forest. And Renan Lodi, incidentally, if you weren't listening, he's newly arrived from Atletico Madrid. He's sitting in the director's box watching on, so no doubt he'll be involved. Forest's next match is at Manchester City on Wednesday night. All of the midweek games on BBC Radio, whether it's 5 Live, Sports Extra or commentary via the BBC website and app. Forest with it on the halfway line. I think the game's just sort of settling itself for the final push to see what sort of drama we've got, whether there'll be any more goals in this match or whether one will be enough for Tottenham. Ball on the left hand side with Dennis, Emmanuel Dennis, and then a little touch from Toffolo, took it away from Emerson, and now Gibbs White curls it across the box, headed up in the air by Sanchez, and it bounces onto the head of Johnson and then away and wide, well wide for a corner. 29,296 is the official attendance. Clinton Morrison.
Yeah, I think there where Gibbs White gets in there, he should just try to bend that into the far corner. Such a difficult to score from that angle where he's trying to whip it back into the box. But yeah, you're right. It's going to be a barnstorming last 12 or 13 minutes. That's for sure.
Yep. Long ball forward for Tottenham, but it's headed away by McKenna. Oh, and that's a little short, and Kulusevski was onto that. Toffolo's touch back, and Kulusevski now onto the ball, down the right, into the penalty area, and then Richarlison arriving at the near post under pressure, could only steer it wide, coming in, sprinting in, so it's a goal kick to Forest.
Yeah, he has to do better, Toffolo there. All it is a simple layback to McKenna. McKenna can't make the tackle either, John, because he's on a yellow card, and he would have been sent off.
Yeah. That crowd, by the way, is 15 more than the crowd for the first match back in the Premier League against West Ham here, when Dean Henderson also saved the penalty. But Forest are still behind in this one. Tottenham on course to make it 10 points out of 12. Forest go through the middle. Gibbs White turns to the left hand side. Dennis now into the box. Lots of Tottenham shirts. Dennis gets the ball onto his right foot but shoots and blasts it high over the top of the bar into the Trent end.
That's where you've seen him for Watford. He causes problems, Dennis, because he can go both ways, and I think he'll be a good signing. He's disappointed because he's leaning back and it goes over the bar. But it's Forest that are doing all the pushing at the moment, John.
And Dennis on the left hand side, Clinton, Awani in the middle,
and Brennan Johnson on the right, and Gibbs White just behind him.
Yeah,
it's attacking.
I think that's Gibbs White's best position.
Yeah, I do think it's his best position.
More centrally?
Yeah, more centrally.
Sanchez in his own right back position, Davinson Sanchez. Back towards Lloris, looking for a second consecutive clean sheet.
Basuma's just getting ready to come on.
Yeah, Basuma. And Højbjerg plays the ball down the left. Sessegnon's onto this. There's no flag this time. Sessegnon, Kane waiting in the middle. Still Sessegnon couldn't pick out the pass. And defender McKenna got in there, came across, blocked it from Sessegnon. That could easily have been a second. Richarlison went across. Kane's in the middle, and he stoops to head it in, unmarked. Forest looked disorganised there at the back, and Tottenham caught them napping. Richarlison with the outside of his boot, and that was the easiest task for Kane. 6 yards out, it was an open goal. He nodded it in. He's got his second of the match. They're celebrating with the Tottenham fans in front of the Bridgeford stand, and that's it for Spurs. 3 points here at the City Ground. Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham 2.
Yeah, Freuler, welcome to the Premier League. He absolutely got bodied off the ball by Richarlison. He's got to be stronger over there on the far side. He can't. This is the Premier League. It's not Serie A. He's got to be stronger than that. But the ball in from Richarlison's first class, to be fair. And Harry Kane he's got a simple tap in. Harry Kane is where you want Forest's strikers to be, in and around the 6 yard box. But here, he's got to be stronger for it like that. It's not strong enough here. No, it's not strong enough. Poor defending, but great ball in from Richarlison. And he could be offside, John.
Is he? Well, they'll be having a look. He's leaning forward.
He's leaning, yeah, it depends.
Yeah,
it's a great ball in by Richarlison. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Curled it with the outside of his boot. He is Brazilian, though, Clinton.
Yes, he is. So he should be able to do that.
But I mean, Forest just totally switched off, and Kane 6 yards out. Looking to see if VAR are having a look at this. Play has not resumed yet, and Spurs Basuma is going to come on. Yellow card for Kane for his celebration.
I think into the crowd.
Okay. Well, he didn't step over the hoardings, but he went
right
up to the crowd.
Exactly.
And it's Kulusevski who makes way. So Bissouma comes on, Antonio Conte there, Clinton. His team scores a second goal. Kulusevski straight off, Bissouma in there to play with Højbjerg and Bentancur. So the number 38 is on for his 4th appearance for Tottenham since his £30 million move from Brighton. And Forest are now heading to their first home defeat in the Premier League this season since their return after all of those decades away. And Kane on a hat-trick now is chopped down by Kouyaté, just caught him on the side of the ankle, and Kane goes down. And whether he'll need some treatment or not, I don't know, but Tottenham can take a breather now. I mean, it would be remarkable if Forest find 2 goals to even get a point out of this from the position that we're in this match. But stranger things have happened, and there's a yellow card actually for that challenge by Kouyaté on Harry Kane as well. So that is yellow card number 5, I think, for Forest in the match. So those 2 goals for Harry Kane means that if you look at only the last 30 years of Premier League football, then that means Kane is level with Andy Cole in those particular standings. Oof. But there was over a century of football before that, of course, which I always need to remind people of, because history's an important thing, Clinton. Kane's okay. Davis takes the free kick long downfield. Richarlison is underneath this one, and Richarlison plays it back now to Sessegnon on the left-hand side. Kane, Richarlison again. Richarlison scoops it up, juggles the ball. Richarlison again is then upended unceremoniously for his little bit of showboating there. He just has his legs swept away from him, and Forrest has said to Richarlison, you know what you can do with that? And it's Gibbs White, it's Johnson, isn't it, who put in that challenge, just came across and brought him down. It's a yellow card for Johnson.
Yeah, and I'd do the same thing. You ain't showboating with me there. I'd put you in row Z as well. I don't care. And I know we're losing a football match, but I'm not having that, John. No. Do you know what I mean?
It's one of those things that footballers tend to put up with a lot.
They do,
but there are certain
not that.
Things they don't put up with, and that's one of them.
Exactly.
The ball was played to him. He just knocked it up with the side of his boot, then juggled it 2 or 3 times, and then Brennan Johnson arrived on the scene and said, down you go. Free kick for Spurs on the left. Tottenham fans in great voice. What about their prospects this season, Clinton?
They've got a chance for sure, because they've got a world-class manager. Yeah, they've got a chance to finishing a top 4. They're not going to win the league. No way. That's still between Man City and Liverpool in my eyes. Anyway, them 2 have been. Even though Liverpool haven't started brilliantly, I still think it's between them 2, and I think Man City showed their quality already. And Arsenal got a chance in that top 4. Chelsea, it's going to be a good season though this season. Yeah,
Antonio Conte being heralded and serenaded. He's got his head in his hands. We'll be hearing from him. You'll get the live interviews as well with us on 5 Live post-match. They'll be appearing during 6:06. Robbie and Chris standing by. They're wanting to take your calls on 08085 909 693, and we'll have Steve Cooper and Antonio Conte and whoever else we can talk to live on the programme in that time. 4 minutes to play. Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham 2 is the score. Harry Kane with 2 goals as well, so he's now gone past 200 career league goals. Henderson comes out, made the penalty save from Kane, could have been a hat-trick. Actually had chances in the first half as well, Clinton. So this season that is now 4 goals for Harry Kane, all of them in the Premier League, and he's effectively saying, I'm going to do my best to give you a run for your money, Erling Haaland. And if Spurs have a good season, then there's every chance he will be. Throw in for Tottenham. Richarlison now in between 3 Forest players. It's played up to the halfway line. Awani lays it off, and then Gibbs White. The ball bounces out of play as he's challenged, and that's given us a Tottenham throw on the halfway line. Forest's next home match, so they go to Manchester City on Wednesday, but the next home match here Saturday afternoon is Bournemouth.
That's a big game.
That is a big game.
That's a huge game. That is where they need to go and take 3 points. But if they play like this, on the evidence of this, they'll have a great chance, because even though they've lost the game, they shouldn't be disappointed in the performance. The performance has been really good.
What do you think Steve Cooper will do against Bournemouth? Is he going to play the same front three to start, or will...
More than likely, yeah, he might do, to be fair. He could do that. He could definitely do that.
Williams,
because it was quite well, but I just feel they missed that cutting edge in that 6-yard box.
There's a Tottenham player gone down again. It's a collision, and it's a head injury actually, so the medical people are on, so this will take a minute or two to sort out. And while that's happening, just trying to work out who it is who's gone down.
It's Bentancur. Bentancur.
Yeah, right, so he's receiving lengthy treatment. So Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham 2. Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton standing by once Darren Fletcher's wrapped things up on 5 Live, but obviously you're with us on the World Service as well, on 606. The lines are open, 0885 909 693. Match of the day tonight, match of the day 2. Mark Chapman has got Micah Richards and Ashley Williams with him, so the highlights after the news tonight, or you can watch anytime via the iPlayer. And match of the day will
They're bringing on Jed Spence, can you believe that? It's a great moment.
We thought it would happen.
Yeah, a great moment, to be fair. I think they called him anyway. I think they did call him.
And for Jed Spence, this will be his first competitive appearance for Tottenham. So this will be his...
Or is it Langley? I'm not sure. They did call him, but I'm not sure.
Well, they've got still 2 changes they can make, Tottenham, I think I'm right in saying.
No, it's Langley. I think they've got 1 left. They bring on Sessegnon, Richarlison, and Basuma, and... No, you are right. Yeah, that's it. They have got 2 more.
Clinton,
you are right.
These 5 substitutions.
They get me.
They are absolutely doing my head in.
They are doing my head in. Could we not stick to 3, John?
I think by the end of the season of 5 substitutes, I think they're going to drive me mad.
I think it is Jed. I think the bib's come off and the shirt is coming off. So, yeah.
Well, Bentancur doesn't look right to me.
And he don't want to come off, does he?
He looks like he wants to go back on, but he looks groggy to me.
Yeah.
Do you think that?
I agree. And why are you taking a risk? Come off. If the medical staff say you have to come off, you take it out of the player's hand.
Well, he's ready to come back on, but I think Jed Spence is going to come onto the field, and he's ready quickly. So he's making his play, and Antonio Conte is coming across, and he's just putting a hand on the arm of Bentancur, and Bentancur then makes as if to go onto the field, and I think Tottenham are saying Antonio Conte walks away there. Forster are also going to bring on Sam Surridge for the final moments. So it's Brennan Johnson who's substituted for Forest. So we won't see the Tottenham change just yet. Sam Surridge coming on for what is his 3rd appearance of the season.
Why this medical stuff? Just get him off the pitch. Why are you making a player tell you that he can stay on the pitch? For his own safety, you're the medical team. There you go.
Yeah, now finally they've persuaded Bentancur that he is not going to return to the pitch because they feel that he's not right. Clearly, that's how it appears. And so he's been ushered away, and Bentancur is being replaced by Jed Spence, who makes his first competitive appearance for Tottenham here at the City Ground, where he was such a success, such a wow last season when he was on loan from Middlesbrough. The 22-year-old gets a really warm reception, even though Forest are heading to defeat here and he's coming back to play against them. That is an indicator and a measure of how well he did for them last season. So Jed Spence's Tottenham career begins properly now, coming on for the last few minutes or so of added time. And Spurs coming forward, looking for a 3rd goal. I mean, it is all over now, this match, in any case. But Emerson will play it cross-field over the top of Sessegnon, beyond into the full-back position. Sessegnon stands up strong, wins the ball back, tried to give it to Kane, but Kouyaté was able to step in and pass it forward towards the halfway line. But Højbjerg does well, sidestep there from him. He's thinking about a shot. No, he angles it square. Richarlison with a chance, shoots. Henderson with a save, and then it's turned goalwards by Spence, but it's blocked. He miskicked it, he scuffed it, Spence. He could have scored against Forest.
I think he did it on purpose. It's a great chance, to be fair, great opportunity for Jed Spence.
What a moment that would have been. It remains 2-0, and then Højbjerg's now gone down on the halfway line. There are 8 minutes of added time that are being played here, and I think that took a little bit of totting up before it was finally indicated. All manner of stoppages, and now another one as well. Hotspur going down. So where does this leave Forest, Clinton?
No, listen, there's so much positives you can take from today's game. You're playing against Tottenham, one of the best teams there is in the Premier League today, and they've been the better team for us. I just feel the difference is the strikers. They've got Harry Kane, who's clinical, and then you look at the bench, they can bring off the lights on Richarlison, Basuma, so they've got loads of good attacking options. But Forest's performance has been good, but Tottenham show their quality in the end. Yeah,
I'm sure there'll be Forest and Tottenham talk on the Monday Night Club on 5 Live tomorrow night. Still discussions going on down here on the touchline, I guess, about the Bentancur substitution. You know, the coaches are involved, and it's just keeping an eye on that. As Hotspur has received his treatment, I think he got a hand in the face from Kouyaté there, and then Emerson goes down rather easily. No free kick. Dennis is going to carry the ball forward and give it to his left to Surridge. And then now here is Awoni on the left-hand side, and the Nigerian international takes it on. Dennis is there in support. Dennis into the box, trying to weave his way through, but Sanchez got a foot in, and it comes away for Tottenham. Still plenty of time to play here. We're only in the 4th minute and 8 of added time, and Richarlison forward towards Ched Spence, who wanted it played to his right. Instead, Richarlison went to his left, and Forest come forward again.
It's a good opportunity there. Very good opportunity. Ched Spence made a great run and Richarlison played it the wrong side.
So Forest coming forward again. Awoni and Dennis are on the field together. Darren Fletcher's just told me they're from the same village.
Yeah, they are from the same village, yeah.
So great day for that village. They might be listening on the World Service.
Yeah.
Back in Nigeria, maybe even in that village. Maybe everyone on the village is tuning in.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great story though, isn't it, John?
Hello, Nigeria. It's a free kick to Forest near the left corner of the box. After Dennis himself was brought down by Hotspur. And it's a free kick left side of the box. 2-0 Tottenham lead. And there are still 4.5 minutes of the match to play here. Forest goal here, get one back, and Dennis likes the look of this, and Dennis curls it into the top of the wall, but then it bounces from there high and up and over for a corner to Forest from the left that Morgan Gibbs-White is going to take. And Tottenham just organising themselves, lots of fingers being pointed. They're pointing at Awoni actually. Gibbs-White sees Dennis comes short for it, but he's now running back into the penalty area, so Gibbs-White is going to deliver it in. I think that's the sensible way to do it at this stage of the day. So it's a deep one to the back post. Worrell heads it across. Tottenham clear. The header down, and then it's scooped away by Emerson, and then sliced out of play by Hotspur. Throw in, level with the edge of the penalty area. 2-0 Tottenham lead. Deep in added time. Forest lose possession. Tottenham win it back. It's passed forward for Kane, but Kane then clips Toffolo. The ball stays in play. Gibbs-White to Dennis, bounces off Dennis. Dennis still going. He knocks it square. Richarlison was there on the edge of the penalty area to head it away. Less than 3 minutes to play, but Tottenham, with this 2-goal lead, have the cushion. Low ball towards the edge of the penalty area. Awoni back to Kouyaté. Toffolo now on the left-hand side. Toffolo to Dennis in the full-back position. Dennis's cross is blocked by Emerson, and it's out of play for a throw-in next to the corner flag.
Yeah, they defended well, Tottenham, because Forest have thrown a lot at them, and they defended ever so well.
Yeah, clean sheet against Wolves last weekend at the Tottenham Stadium. Would be 2 in a row. Corner for Forest. Gibbs-White comes across to take it. Urgency. Forest need to step this up. And he's actually put the ball outside. It's just rolled away from the quadrant, so he's got to go and place it back in there again. And now Gibbs-White takes it in. It's another one towards the back post, and it's headed down by McKenna, and it bounces out to the edge of the penalty area. It's shot back in. It comes to Worrell, who shoots over the top into the Trent end, and it's hands on head time again for Forest.
They've missed their chances, and so I know what they'll be doing this week, John. Finishing practice, because they've missed a lot of chances in good areas, and you don't get that much chances in the Premier League.
Well, the Forest fans have stayed almost right until the end, but actually now with that missed chance from Worrell, one or two, more than one or two now, are leaving their seats and heading for the exits and the walk back over the Trent, back to Nottingham.
They've stayed with them
Centre.
though, and they will have to stay with them all season as well.
They will. I'm sure they will though.
Yep,
great experience this. Some of the great names of world football coming back to the City Ground this season. And here's Awani through the middle. Awani has space, actually, plays it to Williams. Williams takes a touch, edge of the area, left foot shot. It comes off Basuma and bounces behind for a corner to Forest again. But I make it, we are now in the 8th minute of added time. 08 085 909 693 to talk to Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton about the day's football, the weekend's football on 5 Live. And 5 Live, of course, has the Monday Night Club before all of those midweek commentaries on BBC Radio this coming midweek in the Premier League. Forest are ready to take this corner from the right, but I think the goal is only going to be a consolation should it come now. It's a deep one to the back post, and that's an easy catch for Lloris. And I make it the 8 minutes are up. I think referee Pawson might add on a little more. So Harry Kane, scorer of both goals. That drama in the first period of the second half when Tottenham won the penalty. Steve Cook was yellow carded, not red carded. Harry Kane took it, Henderson saved it. And then the big moment, really, Clinton Morrison, that chance that Williams had at the other end.
Oh, it was a great opportunity after the save from Henderson. And that's what I said, John, you don't get a lot of big chances in the Premier League. And when you do, you have to be clinical. That's been the difference. It's not the football, the performance has been better. It's just the finishing ability from both teams.
And there it is, good contest. Antonio Conte comes across, shakes hands with Steve Cooper. Antonio Conte walks onto the pitch. It's now 4 matches unbeaten to start the season for his side. They move back level on points with Manchester City and Brighton again. That's Tottenham's first away win of the new season. And he walks straight across to Harry Kane, and there's a little body bump between the two of them. Kane making the difference, Clinton.
Yeah, and that's the difference between the two teams. Is the striker Harry Kane. If Kane's playing for Nottingham Forest, they win the game this afternoon. There weren't a lot between the two teams, but yeah, Forest can have their heads held really high. Good performance, just lack that finishing ability, and another good performance from Tottenham. Even though they're not playing at their best, John, that's the sign of a good team when you're winning football matches.
Yep, second defeat of the season for Forest, the first time they've lost at home since returning to the Premier League. And so in this evening sunshine, the final score here at the City Ground, Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham 2.
Thank you, John. Clinton, let's start with the winners today then. Tottenham 2 for Harry Kane. He had a penalty.